Good evening. This is the video newsletter for buysellshort.com for Tuesday, October 20th. Red market today, but didn't really matter. Our plays were nicely on fire as they usually are. But we're looking at the Dow 15-minute chart. You can see we're still stuck within this bearish rising wedge support the 10K mark. I mean, they tried to push us below 10K a couple of times today, with bulls were able to come back in, and this was despite another slew of pretty good earnings reports out there. So earnings are not disappointing at all, and it's not giving the shorts and the bears much fuel for anything. If anything, all we're looking at is a normal retrace just because we're up so much recently. If we look at the Dow daily chart, you can see, we're possibly looking at a retrace to the 20-day exponential. That's 98.43 is what we're looking at right now. And what essentially is going to be the driver on a retrace is the US dollar. We were up today, and that is pretty much why the market was down. And oil was on the retrace, but towards the close, we saw another sell off in the dollar and oil pop. And that's why we were actually able to see the Dow pull back some of its losses. So we'll be pretty much paying attention to what the dollar does and oil in the next couple of days to determine where the overall market's going to go. Earnings reports after hours, again, decent earning reports again. So earnings are not an excuse to sell this market off. Pretty much the only excuse is a rally in the dollar and, profit taking. But let's jump into stock plays right now. ZHNE, very nice mover for us today. Traded as high as 76 cents, so it hit our first target, 75 cents on the nose. As mentioned before, earnings were after hours today, so we're going to take some off the table before the earnings report. Zone reported a very nice earnings report on after hours. They beat revenues on the upside by $3+ million. Very, very nice earnings report, and this should be the catalyst that sends Zone back up to the 1+ area where it joins its other peers that are, way ahead of its stock price. And, this is a report now that should finally set ZHNE free on the near term. As I mentioned in the trading alert after hours, let's look to rebuy our position that we sold today. And see where the market takes us. I believe the conference call is tomorrow morning on Zone, so that should launch this stock. But the report looks very, very good. In it, they said that they are looking at a new business cycle. They've got a lot of new products hitting the market, and so far, so good. It's looking like they're hitting the sweet spot on this tech rebound. Radio plays, SBSA and RGCI were, sort of weak for most of the session, and then, in the last hour, big price explosion and volume explosion. SBSA was able to break one, traded as high as $1.04, looked fantastic, and that's the reason why we added to our positions. Going into the close, however, it got walked down on pretty low volume. Not really that much of a concern. We should really see this one rocket tomorrow, and would be looking to add this one in the 90-cent area, hand over fist. Target on the next $1 break is $1.25. On the same note, RGCI, of course, trading 25% below the price of SBSA. This one again is an accumulate in the 70s and under. And again, we'll be looking for a move to 90 cents to $1 on this one in the near term. So very strong momentum in these stocks. EMMS, another radio play, new 52-week high today. So the momentum is definitely in these shares. And just look at the volume that poured into them late in the day. There are some big buyers moving into these. Don't let the end of day trader BS scare you out of these positions. They look very, very good right now, in my opinion. ASTM, as I mentioned in the video the other day, we are in full accumulation mode on this stock. Love the bottoming action that we're seeing here. Chart looks very, very nice. We've got a big November coming up for these guys, and would be looking to continue to accumulate this one. 36 cents and under. We're looking for at least a move to 50 cents, if not more, depending on how good the news is. We're about to get a positive MACD cross on ASTM here in the next couple of days, and each time we've seen that, it actually has corresponded with a run to 50 cents. So, the signs are there yet again in the chart that now is the time to start accumulating. And as you can see, stochastics are coming up off oversold levels and breaking through 20 again. Every time we've seen this on ASTM over the last several months, it has been right before the stock has gone on a big move. So we're getting ready for another big move here. NTN, this was a trading alert yesterday. It's a play on the momentum we're seeing in the TV and radio stocks. These guys, of course, are do the fantasy football and online games in bars and restaurants. Very nice earnings report from them. They also do advertising, and again, the common theme with all of these is advertising is rebounding because the economy is rebounding, and stuff that got hammered on the drop in ad revenues are now going to start to see the fund managers moving back in. Nice cup and handle formation on this one. We had a nice volume spike here. 60 cents is the breakout here with 75-cent target and support at the 50-day moving average. That's at around 48 cents. We got a positive MACD cross on NTN today, and the last time we saw that was back here in August before the stock went on a big time 75% move. All the indicators look very, very good here for the near term. So that's it for the video tonight, but we should be having some very nice movers tomorrow. SBSA and RGCI are, I'm pounding the table on these. I think these are going to go very, very big in the next few days, and we should see some very nice moves on them. And then ZHNE, this is exactly the earnings report that Zone needed to get it going. This one is lagging its peers massively. I mean, ACLS, FNSR, OCLR, etc., 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 all on monster moves over $1. Now is Zone's time. Would look for this one. Could have a very nice day here tomorrow given the earnings report. The last earnings report we saw on this one rocketed the stock up, so now is the time again. Again, that's it for the video tonight. See you guys in the chat room tomorrow. Good night.